And we're here for another challenge. We do have one change to the deck list, but we'll go over that in sideboarding, assuming my opponent ever shows up. There are 78 players, so it's going to be 7 rounds. Hopefully we won't get owned like we did last week. And since my opponent hasn't shown up yet. Alright, here's the deck list. We are still playing 3 main deck Moments pieces to make room in the sideboard for a Circle of Protection blue and a Circle of Protection red, in addition to 4 Hydroblasts, 4 Pyroblasts. I've been liking that change, but I did not like only having 1 Compulsive Research, so we had to cut the Serrated Arrows from the main deck. That is a notable change that worsens the Delver matchup. Having 2 Serrated Arrows and a Gut Shot after sideboard, substantially better than just having the 1 Serrated Arrows and the Gut Shot. So, I've been winning in the leagues against Delver. If that changes, we will probably have to go back to 2 Serrated Arrows somewhere main deck and sideboard, potentially going down to only 7 anti-combat cards, but I would prefer to keep 8. So, my opponent still isn't here. There's just not much else I can cut. Like, I tried cutting the spare Compulsive Research. I would strongly want 10 card draw cards on 3 mana. Prism's too good. I'm already down on a minimum number of maps and crop rotations. I'm still playing 25 lands. Maybe I can go down to 24 lands, but I still get a bunch of draws where I have a 2-land hand, and then I can't draw my 3rd land, so going down on lands when the way I lose is flooding or getting stuck on 2 mana is probably not a great plan. The decks where I want 8 anti-combat cards, if I keep 8 of those matchups are cakewalks. They're 70% plus. If I start cutting these, yeah, maybe the matchup doesn't take that big a hit, but potentially some of those matchups could go from auto win to, maybe some more of the time I just miss on anti-combat cards. I try cutting the Dispel, but I can't. There are too many decks where I have to take out 7 or 8 cards, and I need Dispel, Pyroblast, Speculative Ancient Grudges, and then I still have to keep in some Dignitaries, so. But it's still not back. What else am I gonna cut? I can't cut any counterspells. I need the 2 counterspells to maintain inevitability against the control mirrors. I could try moving some cards around, like put in a main deck Dispel instead of a Moments piece, or try main decking the Gut Shot. Oh, no, that sounds terrible. For my current board plan, I have to keep in all 4 Pyroblasts, and if I start cutting Hydroblasts, I'm making my worst matchups even worse. So I don't want to cut any of the blasts. I need a artifact destruction card somewhere in my 75, so I can't cut the Grudge. I could change the Gut Shot for an Arrows. That's an option. I've liked this edition of the Circle of Protections, so I don't want to change that. So there's nothing to cut. I could try rearranging, maybe go up to 8 anti-combat cards, and then try to board into an anti-Delver plan. Oh hey, we're here. I would like to keep this hand, right? Yes, that's fine. It's not great. It's fine. Against the Forest, it's great. Oh, against Stompy, it's great. There's a chance I'm going to play this Remote Isle on turn 2 if I don't draw an untapped land, because I might want to capsize my opponent's suited up creature. And because this Remote Isle is probably going to need to get played anyway, so I can have 4 lands for Dignitary. That changes things, doesn't it? So if I play Prism, I can play an untapped land, capsize, but then on turn 4, if I haven't drawn another untapped land, I'm stuck with this Isle in hand. I can play a Quicksand. Maybe that scares my opponent? They did miss land drop. If I had another 2-mana play, this is easy because I just play Prism, they play a 2-mana play next turn. Maybe I could just cycle the Isle if I miss on lands. Alright, that sounds good. I'm going to play Prism. I drew the untapped land. Worth it. That worked out. Much better than it could have. Ah, my opponent ripped the land. Rude. Kept the 1-lander on the draw and got there. Okay. Or one lander on the play, in fact. Ooh, that was a good draw. I'm at virtual 10. I don't think my opponent can kill me unless they go... Actually, I don't think my opponent can kill me at all, right? Sack this, hunger, and then double mutagenic growth, which is going to be difficult. So I can just run this compulsive research out. Yep. I'm just going to try to find more anti-combat cards or flickers or whatever. I'll draw a teachings and a map. That kind of gets there. I'm discarding land. Quicksand doesn't do anything. End of turn, I'm discarding... Huh. Pulse might buy me a turn. Like an entire turn. When am I playing Oracle? I'm not, right? Like, I'm never playing that Oracle. If I have a chance, if I have timing to play an Oracle, I could just win the game by teachings or something. So. Plus, I'm probably going to pulse that Oracle back if I'm being honest. So, let's see what my opponent's got in hand. They don't have any more emissaries. They might have Rancor, probably not though. So we're really just thinking about... If they slam an Elephant Guide here, I go to 7. I wish my opponent wasn't playing so slow. Now I'm just overanalyzing everything. Current plan is play Dignitary, untap, and figure out what I'm doing. I can play a Mine. Yeah, I will play a Mine. Querying Ranger. They just drew that, otherwise they would have played it with the Pit Skulk. Instead of the Pit Skulk, because then they could have just played the Pit Skulk as well. Are they got a hunger here? Or are they just holding up vines? Alright, there's the hunger. Alright, take 10, go to 7. Untap, play Dignitary. Huh. If I draw a untapped land, I think that keeps me alive through anything, right? Capsize here, block, counter their pump. Oh, that was a good draw. Not gonna lie, that was a really good draw. Now I can play a tap land. Should I have? Maybe I should have gotten Tron there instead of playing the tap land. And by maybe, I mean, yeah, I should have. Wow, that was stupid. I just didn't even think. Because I can do it this way, and then play the Tron, have 5 mana, and just play the stupid Dignitary. Whatever. My deck's great against Stompy, so I'm just going to win anyway, even through my misplays. I think we're going to tap this way and get a plant. Play a plant. And play Dignitary, hold up Prohibit for whatever reason. And now the game's over. Alright. My opponent might have double vines, so I'll try to play around that. Oh, I only have 1 green mana. So I was gonna pulse, and then if my opponent tried to kill me with pump spells, I was gonna teachings for Moment's Peace and Moment's Peace, but I only have one green mana, so that's not going to work. Instead, I'm going to Teachings for something. Oh, by the way, my stops are all changed, so that's a nice little change. That might get me in trouble. I guess I only have 3 color mana too, so I don't get to do too much shenanigans. I can flicker the Prism and the Dignitary. I think I will. And then flashback. No, it still doesn't do anything. Whatever. I'm just flailing around here. Let's just do this instead. Go ahead, Moment's Peace. I would say Moment's Peace can't really be interacted with by my opponent. What's going on over here? Let's pop this back in. And F6, yep. Alright, I'll just flashback stupid Moment's Peace. Do I need to... Yeah, I do. I can't... I'm attacking here in case my opponent untaps and blocks. I don't think they will. They could have Querying Ranged their 4/4 and killed one of my guys. There's no reason to do that. But if they had, I could pulse back and play it, and that'd be great. Instead, I'm just going to flashback Moment's Peace and then capsize one of my guys. Huh. Capsize one of their guys. If my opponent then vines is... whatever. I'm just going to flashback the Moment's Peace if they have the vines. This is really bad if they just bring me to 2 and then play a longbow. It's not even that bad because I have a pulse. Huh. Alright. And then I can untap flashback Teachings for Teachings, Teachings for Flicker and Flicker, and then go off. Yep. Oop, that could have been bad. I might be on slight autopilot for the first round, but hopefully I'll get back with it. That was a good draw. I still don't want to get got by double vines, so we'll just do this for now. I could have evoked, and then that was a good draw. Could have evoked and then Teachings for Flicker if I didn't draw Flicker, and then flickered the Muldrifter and Dignitary, but that's bad if they have another vines. As it stands, I'm gonna flicker Dignitary. But first, we have pressing business with our deck here. We want to draw all the cards. How do I even lose? Jeez. My opponent doesn't have any lifelink stuff, so I'm just gonna do all this main phase. Well, I don't need to use this floating mana. I was gonna attack. If my opponent wanted to kill one of these guys, then I'll just pulse that one back. Alright, they do. Strange they don't want to untap their 4/4. Maybe they just didn't see it when I attacked last turn. That's not good for my opponent to just miss there, but to just miss that interaction. But like, why would they just take the 3 last turn, but this turn they'll kill one of the dignitaries? Doesn't make much sense to me. Alright. Yeah, my opponent probably just missed their untapped 4/4 play. Because, you know, they missed it this turn. Where it didn't really make any sense not to kill both of them. I guess I'll just take a plant. I'll play a dignitary, play a plant, and then pass. In a turn, I'm going to flashback and then cast another Teachings. And maybe flicker at the same time. Depends on what I draw. Or what my opponent has done, I guess. Vault Scourge. Dirty Scourgy. Go ahead and flash back. See what we've got left in our good old library. I guess burning the capsize wasn't great. But I'm not sure how I could have gotten this Vines out of their hand safely. I guess I could have waited till I could counter it. Yeah, that was probably a better play. Wait and counter it. Either way, I'm going to get another flicker. Go ahead and flicker for blue mana, apparently. And we'll just draw 2 more cards. Drawing 2 cards is like getting 2 turns when I just get a wall ASAP. Alright, I'm going to start with Capsize. My opponent has a stored up combat skip, so also I have another flicker. I'm going to start storing up 2 combat skips. And then I'm going to bounce my wall and recast my wall to get back Pulse, and then the game's locked up. There's nothing my opponent can do. Chunk. Alright. Opponent's dead in 5 turns too. Maybe less. Still has 1 combat skip, so I can just say Muldrifter. Playing my land first because I'm dumb. Okay. They have had enough. Putting Grudge for Longbow, put in the other Moment's Peace is great. Put in Gutshot, kill a 1-drop that isn't a Nendel Sentinel. And then Serrated Arrow sucks and Dispel's medium. Taking out on the draw, Quicksand. I keep waffling back and forth on whether I can take out a land on the draw. Going down to 23 lands. Specifically, Fingraph sucks. It's not as bad as Quicksand. If you try to play Quicksand against Stompy, you're liable to just die. if you try to Quicksand their creature and they Vines it, or even just Hunger it, you're going to get owned. Because you're down a land drop and they are, you know, attacking, so you're probably going to die. Fingraph's better because at least late game you can just bring back some dorky creature. But it's mostly just a colorless land. And you don't really need that many colorless lands as long as you hit your 3rd and 4th land drops. I'll take out Condescend on the draw. It's just too slow. If you keep it up on turn 2 and they have 3 mana, you're countering Elephant Guide and not a whole lot else. And it's never going to counter like a Rancor or even late game. It's a lot of mana to counter a Vines or whatever. So Condescend's out. Condescend's great on play though. You can counter a lot of their 2-drops or their 1-drops if they keep a 1-lander and don't have a 2nd land on turn 2. Take out Pulse. Pulse can be good, and I do like it on the play as well, because a lot of times it can just buy you an entire turn. It stands great, except I don't have any color mana. Mulligan. Also 1 land. Also 0 lands. Alright. That was good. This is a good hand. It's a very good hand, in fact. I'm going to bottom that, although that might be a mistake. See, Gutshot would be great here. I could just kill that thing and then not worry about taking any damage next turn. Turns off their future Pit Skulks. Yeah, 6. Yep. Nesty and Vady. Ooh. Natural Tron? Which means I should just cycle this Isle into turn. I don't want to play the Prism. I should have main phased that cycle. Holy crap. If I draw a Gutshot off of this Prism, I really wish I killed this Pit Skulk. I can't do it now because I would just die if they have a Vines or or a hunger. Okay. Yep. Alright, cool. No harm, no foul. No artifacts either. Come on, let me draw a Mole Drifter. Boom. Mole Drifter. Boom. Mole Drifter. Boom. You know, it's not Mole Drifter, but it's pretty good. If this prism gets hit, I'm just going to preemptively Moment's Peace just to gain 4. Okay. If not, I'm just going to let it happen. Just going to let it ride. They can post-combat kill it, but that would be unlikely. Wow. If my opponent had Hunger, they could just turn it on anytime they wanted, so I'm just going to kill the stupid Vault Scourge. Prevent a little bit of damage to myself. Not piecing there is bad, because now I can't just slam a wall, but whatever. I get another colored Mana Source here. So I can Moment's Peace if that's necessary, and then slam wall. Slam piece as well. I'm taking 4 if it happens. If they want to pump, they can pump. If they don't want to pump, I'll take 4. If they Vines here, I will Moment's Peace. If they Hunger, same. Good. I have another land in my graveyard, so even if they slam like a relic, I can just grudge it. If they slam a longbow, well, I'll grudge it. This actually keeps back 3 damage. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good card. Just a 1/4 is pretty good on this board, as it turns out. Moment's Peace is great, but Teachings is it gets Flicker, and then I get to wall. I'm gonna go for blocks, and if my opponent tries to kill my Dignitary, I do have to Moment's Peace, which kind of sucks. Well, let's see what they got. Show me what you got, opponent. I don't like my opponent has to have some real good stuff here. Wow, really? This only gets in 6, right? Okay. They're just sandbagging those. They should have gotten those out of their hand earlier. Like, if they just Vines once, I would have been using the Moment's Pieces. And whatever. Doesn't matter. My opponent's toast. I won very easily. Stompy's a very good matchup. And hopefully, we'll be able to continue that streak. Just go 6-0, concede the 7th round, go in the top 8, and win out. See you then.